guys, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'm Missy, and I have seen that I've gotten quite a few of you new here that have subscribed, so welcome. Really appreciate that. So it's been a while since I kind of sat down and did like a long form video instead of short form. But today I thought that we would get into some affordable makeup. This is just kind of a start to it. I would like to do other brands, but today's brand is Essence. So as you can see, I've got quite a bit of goodies here for us to try. We may not try everything since they're kind of like multiples of certain things. But we'll try as much as we possibly can. But the goal of this is so that we can kind of see how more affordable makeup brands perform, since, you know, everybody's kind of pinching pennies a little more now. I know makeup is not exactly a necessity, but, you know, if you still have a little bit of money you can spend and you want some good quality products that are at a cheaper price, then, you know, maybe these videos will help you. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start out first by priming my face. So I have a couple of primer options here. So I have this Essence Fix and Last Makeup Gripping Jelly Primer. And sorry about that. My autofocus keeps getting turned off on my camera somehow. But this is the first possible primer we can use, is the Essence Fix and Last Jelly Primer. And a couple other options we have is the Redness Reducer Primer, which I will definitely be using this today because I have redness on my cheeks, a little bit across my nose, but mainly here on my face. See if I can move in a little bit. You can see it a little bit more. The lights kind of tone it down a bit, but definitely going to be using that one. Then we also have possible choice of a Hydro Hero Primer with hyaluronic acid and cucumber extract. So there's that one. And then the last possible one we have here is the Prime Plus Studio Poreless Plus Skin Blurring Putty Primer. And it's supposed to be silicone free. And it says smoothing plus squalene. So there is that one. So I think what we're going to go with today are these two, the Redness and the Poreless Putty Primer. So that's typically the ones I use the most. If you guys want to see the Hydro Hero and the Jelly Primer one in other videos, just drop me a comment down below and I'll try to use them in another video. Okay? Alright, so let's start with the Poreless Putty one. And these come in squirt tubes. So I'm just gonna squirt some down in my hand here. And I'm gonna use about that much. Just gonna rub it all in my hands, and then I'm just gonna press. It does have a small, I don't want to say perfumey, but kind of perfumey scent, but it's not bad. So I'm just going to press that in. And don't forget to go down your neck with your primers. Alright. So there is that one. Now we're going to go in with the Redness one, and it's also in a squirt tube. You get 1.9 0.01 full ounces or 30 milliliters in both of these. Okay, so I'm just gonna squirt a little bit on my finger here, and I'm just gonna kind of place it where I want to get rid of some redness. I'm just doing a little bit because I don't really know how much this is gonna cover. Let me zoom you guys in a little more here. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna rub that in my face. Okay. Maybe a little bit of the redness went down. I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's not a super dark green, it's kind of a lotiony consistency. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see some coverage of it now. Alright, cool. Nice. Alright, so I'm letting that sink in, and while I let that sink in, I'm going to pull out our brow options here for us to use. Alright, so I have a couple brow options here. I have the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Mascara plus Filling Fibers in the shade Brownie Browns. So we have that as an option. We have the Fix It Like a Boss Transparent Brow Fixing Gel, and this is pretty new. We also have a Brow Wax Pen plus Shea Butter in Transparent. I don't think I'm going to be using this today because I don't have much experience using the wax pens. So I'm going to set that one to the side. But if you guys want to see it in another video, I can certainly try that out. Like I said, just leave comment below if you want to see it in the future. And then the last thing I got is the Baby Got Brow Eyebrow Pencil in Dark Brunette, and it's supposed to be waterproof. Okay, so there is that. And I'll try and remember when I'm editing to put the price of these items up on the screen. Let me just grab a mirror. So I am just going to brush up my brows with the spoolie that comes on the brush. Okay, that's pretty nice spoolie. Normally the ones that come on these brow pencils are like really thin, but this is a bigger one, so it's kind of grabbing more hair at a time. Okay. Alright, so let's just grab our pencil here. So it's one of the types that has the angled end. Let me just swatch it on my hand here. Okay, so it seems like it's a thick formula. So I just lightly went in there. So we'll see. Usually when they're a thicker formula and they kind of drag, I tend to not like them because I like them a bit creamy. Okay. Alright. I'm not the best at doing brows, and I'm still kind of learning that, but I'm trying to draw my outline here, and then I'm just gonna fill it in with hair-like strokes. But that glided on really nice. Okay, alright, not too bad. Let's see if we can try and get the other side to match. Okay, so it does want to kind of tug a little bit. So just keep that in mind. But it is good for the kind of hair-like strokes. It is working really well for that. But when I'm drawing the line, I have to apply more pressure and it wants to drag. So there is that. I'm going to run the spoolie back through just to kind of disperse the product a little bit better. Looks a little more natural. Alright, so that worked out really well there. Looks nice. Alright, so not a bad product. It's not my favorite brow pen, but it still works pretty decent. Okay, so now I want to go in with the Essence. I don't know why I keep saying Essence, they're all Essence. The Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara to add some more tint in there. And then again, it's in the shade Brownie Browns. And it's a really small wand. So that's usually pretty nice, especially if you're like me and have thin brows. So let's just kind of brush that in to add some more color. Okay. A little messy, but that could just be me in my application. Alright, nice. Okay, yeah, so it's very liquidy, as you can see. I got a little messy there, so I'm going to have to clean that up. But that's not that hard to do. I just take my finger here. Just kind of clean up above there. It comes right off. Alright. So I'm going to let that dry down. And then I want to go in with the transparent brow fixing gel so that it can kind of see what the hold is for the day. But I do, on a day where I don't have the pen on, I want to try this out on its own. Because I like using these when I want to do a quicker brow. Now let's go in with the fixing gel. And it's just a clear, transparent gel. I don't think this came in different colors, but I don't remember. So that's the wand on it. Pretty big wand. I'm just gonna use it to push my brows up. for that laminated fluffy brow effect. Okay. Okay, so now what I want to do before starting in with any of the face products is I want to prime my eyes, which I know they have a eye primer because I just recently got it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I will say I got a couple of little skincare things that I forgot about, honestly. I got these little under eye things, so I'll have to try them out when I'm doing some skincare another time. I did get some fingernail polishes and like a fingernail set and stuff, which I'll kind of pop up a video on screen of where I did my nails with what I got from that. It turned out pretty cute. But I did also get this lotion. And some of these things came in my advent calendar last year, so I may or not be able to get the prices for them, but I will try my best. But this is a moisturizing hand cream with shea butter and vitamin E. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this on. It does come sealed, which is always nice. I apologize, I'm kind of like going back and forth, back and forth. Like I told you, it's been a while since I filmed, so I'm out of practice. Okay. But that is what it looks like. I'm just gonna rub that in my hands. And my hands really need it today with the dry air recently. My skin's been dry, especially my hands. Plus I wash my hands quite a bit. Okay, so it's rubbing in nicely. It does smell pretty good. And then the other kind of skincare item I got was an overnight lip mask with Caring Shea Oil and vitamin E. And I'm just going to put that on while I'm doing the rest of my makeup so my lips will be nice and hydrated. Doesn't really have a scent. Alright, now back to what we were doing. So I'm going to prime my eyes with their new eye primer. And it's Prime Like a Boss eyeshadow base. And it's a universal shade. This is what it looks like. I'll be honest, it doesn't feel like there's very much in here. It's supposed to be 5 milliliters or 0.16 full ounces. So. And then it comes in a squirt tube, which is not my favorite to try to apply, but we will make it work. Okay, so it's kind of like a gel. Now let's see if that's enough. If not, I'll add some more. I'm just going to blend that in with my finger. It's very lotiony, oily feeling, so I don't think I'll be using this one very much. Because I like something that has a bit of a white base to it, or like a light base to make the eyeshadows pop, and not quite this oily feeling. Just not my type of eye primer. Let's see how well it dries down. feels a little sticky. So far, no, not a fan of that one. Okay, so I have several eyeshadow options here. I have all of these little 6-pans, I believe they are. Yeah, 6-pan palettes. These are really affordable. I think they're like $3.99 or $4.99 a piece. I have several of these, and then they just recently came out with 2 new mini palettes. And this is what they look like. These are cardboard where the other ones are plastic packaging. So this is what this one looks like. Kind of your rosy, pinky colors. Then we have this one, which is more neutral browns. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this plus, since I'm wearing blue today, I think I'm going to throw this guy on the lid and play with it as well. And this is what the shades look like in this one. And then you get a nice mirror. You get a nice mirror in these. I don't think you get one in the little one. Yeah, you don't get one in these. So let's just open this one. Move the little plastic off. Alright, what is this one called? This one is Don't Worry Be. Yeah, Don't Worry Be ... It's the name of this one, I guess. Okay. And I did pick up their brushes. So let's see, what eyeshadow brushes do we have here? Okay, so I have these 3 that came in my advent calendar that I can possibly use. And then I picked up these 3. Oops, it's upside down in the package. And I have these 3 we can use. So let me open these up and see which one I want to use first. Alright, so going in with the big fluffy brush and going into this shade here, the big light shade. There is a little bit of kick up in the pan now. And then I'm just gonna go all over my lid with this shade. Just to kind of help set down that primer and help with the blend of the other shadows. It's not really going to show up because it's just a super light shade. Alright, so let's see here. Next, I'm going to go into the shade Positive right here. It's just kind of like a taupey brown shade. I'm just going to put that in my crease, and I am going to go higher because I have slightly hooded eyes. The brushes are okay. They're a little stiff. I'm hoping with time they'll be a little looser for me. Because they are brand, well, this one is. They are brand new, so they haven't been broken in yet. And I'm just building that shade up in my crease. And I'm just doing windshield wiper motions and circular motions. But it seems to be blending nicely. together. Alright, so let me see what shade I want to go into in the Ice Baby palette. So I want to go in this dark blue, which is called Collaborate and Listen, which if you're like me and you're in grew up in the 90s, you know the reference between Ice Baby and Collaborate and Listen. Alright, so let's go into that shade with this angled brush. There's some powder kick up in the pan. Just want to tap that off, and then I want to kind of press that in on this outer edge, going at an angle. And I'm just stamping that in and kind of blending up with it. So it kind of gives a bit of a winged effect. And you have to be careful with blue, it can be overpowering. Just gonna go into my color switch and kind of clean that brush off a little bit. And then I'm gonna turn it where the angle's pointing up. And I just kind of want to blend as best I can. Just kind of diffuse that out a bit. See the difference when it's blending, or it's this one. Alright, so I'm just going to go back in to that first original light shade and use it around the blue to diffuse it a bit, because it's looking a little crazy, at least for me. Let's go back in with that primer on our lid. I'm just going to squirt a little bit on my finger, and I'm going to go back in and put it all across my lid. And I'm just bringing it a little bit higher than my natural crease with my fingernail. Alright, so I'm going to go in with this kind of flat brush, kind of rounded and flat. And I want to go into this shade right here, which is Too Cold, I believe. And I do want to take my MAC Fix Plus, but you can use any setting spray you have and wet that, because I just want it to help with any fallout that may occur. And I am just going to tap that right along where my lid and that blue shadow meet. Now I want to go in with this kind of silverish shimmer in the shade Glow. This one right here. And I'm just putting that on the other side of the brush. I'm just going to spray it. Press that in to my lid. And I'm just going back and forth between those shimmers to blend the two together. So I'm going to work some more on my blend on this, and I'll be back and I'll start working on the face before we try to finish up the eyes. Alright, now that the top part of the eye is kind of done, let's start in on the face since our primers are all nice and set in. So I did pick up this brush, which is the flat brush to use. It's a buffer brush, and I did pick up one of their little makeup sponges. And then we have 4-ish options for foundation. So we have this Soft Touch Mousse Makeup in Matte Sand. So we have that one. We have the Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundations, and I picked up 2 shades because I wasn't really sure what my shade would be. So I picked up 040 Neutral Vanilla and 120 Cool Sand. And the other option is their newest option, which is the Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation, supposed to be transfer and waterproof, and I picked it up in 70 Warm Shell. So I think I'm gonna go with this one today and see how the color match is, because it's very hard to color match online. Let's see here. Very yellow, but we're gonna try and make it work. Start with that. That's about a pump and a half. I'm going to go in first with the brush. Alright, so this brush is not as dense as I like for putting on foundation. Okay. Not sure if this is supposed to be a light coverage, because honestly it's not really covering up much for me. I think this is probably supposed to be like a skin-like finish, because I can still see quite a bit. So let me add another pump on my hand. See if we can build this up. See how yellow that is though? Alright, so it is more coverage if you build it up. Is my brow product is being lifted up from it. It's got a bit of a perfumey smell. I'm not the greatest fan of that. Looking like a ghost. That is supposed to be a warm shell, but obviously it's still too light for me. Let's break open the makeup sponge. And I'm just going to spray it with my MAC Fix Plus to get it saturated. I do this when I forget to go and wet my beauty blender. Okay, so let's just go in with the sponge. Just kind of help with any streaky spots. Alright, so this is what the foundation is looking like. It's showing quite a bit of the texture. My redness is coming through. I don't know, maybe it's just because the shade is too light for me, but right now, I'm not a huge fan of this foundation. Alright, so let's move on to concealer. So for concealer, I got two options. I have their Camouflage Matte Concealer. I don't remember the shade, and it doesn't look like it's on here. Oh wait, never mind. Number 10, Light Rose. We'll see. And then we have their newest concealer, which is supposed to be a buildable medium coverage in 20 Fair. So I think since my foundation is so light, I think I'm going to go with the lighter concealer, and then we'll just kind of bronze up the face. So let's see here. Alright, so it says it's a medium buildable coverage, so I'm going to add some more under my eyes because right now it's not enough coverage for me. I'm more of a full coverage under there. And I think I'm going to add a dash of the matte concealer in with it this time. So I just want to see if it adds a little bit of pinky color there. Alright, so there is the concealer. It's, as you can see, it's just kind of emphasizing my under eye bags a bit and not enough coverage for me, so don't really like that. Like I said though, I'm more of a full coverage type person now. Alright, so let's set that down. We're going to use the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder to do that. And I'm just going to go in with my sponge. And I do really like this powder. It does brighten up the under eyes quite a bit. I'm just going to add this to all of the spots where I added that concealer for highlighting. And I did add quite a bit there, but I'm going to go in with this bronzer brush. Of theirs because it's nice and fluffy. And I'm just going to kind of go in and just kind of brush that excess. Okay. So as you can see, it just really brightens up the eye. It's one of my favorite powders from Essence. Alright, now let's bronze up this face since we're looking kind of pale. Alright, so I got this contouring palette here. So we're going to go in with that first. And then we'll go in with the Luminous Bronzing Powder. I did have to get medium because that's all they had in stock. So it might balance out the lighter foundation. Alright, so let's find a contour brush. And this says 01 Lighter Skin for this one. Okay. So I'm just going to go in with this sculpting brush from Moda. It is the BMX-245. It's just kind of a flat contour brush because I want to kind of chisel out my cheeks today. I just want to put that right there. It's kind of grayish toned. I'm just going down from my ear and kind of following that line. I went a little higher on this side though. That's my fault. Because I don't really contour much. I'm more of a bronzer person. Okay. Now I want to go under my chin, along the jawline here. Okay, I'm going to do the forehead a bit. Not much up there though. Alright, I'm going to go in with that bronzer brush because I want to just kind of blend that in. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to go in with that lighter shade here in this contour palette. I'm going to go in with my sponge. I want to just kind of pull along there with that powder. Okay. Let that sit a minute. And then I'll buff it out. And then we'll actually go in with the bronzer. Alright, I apologize if it looks a little different. I had to change out my battery pack. So now we're going to go in with this luminous bronzing powder in medium tone. So I'm going to go into it light-handedly at first because I don't know how pigmented it is. Okay. Let's tap off the excess. And then we're just going to bronze the face. Alright, that's actually not too bad. It's actually a really pretty bronzer. I'm not sure if they have a matte bronzer or not. They might. I can look into it to see. But I don't mind a luminous bronzer. Alright, so that looks really nice. I really like that bronzer. Very pretty. Okay. So now let's go in with some blush. Alright, so I only have one blush, and this is the shade Believing. And this came in my advent calendar. I think I kept saying mystery box earlier, but I meant advent calendar. So it's just kind of a mauve pink color. And I'm just going to go in with that bronzer brush for this. Okay. I like to drape, do the draping technique for my blush, like up in the temples, down. Alright, so pretty. Put a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. It's a bit of a glowy blush as well. I'm just gonna kind of go back over with my beauty blender. So what I want to do next is we have this Fix and Last 18-hour makeup fixing spray. So I'm going to spray my face down, and then we're going to go in with the highlighter. So I have a couple options for highlighter. We have three options. We have the Pure Nude highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight, which is looks like a baked highlighter, and then we have these two little ones. This one is a blush and a highlighter together. So actually, let me layer that over that other blush to see what it looks like before we actually use just plain highlighter to see. Okay. Not much pigment to it, but it did add kind of like a pinky sheen to my face. Alright. Alright, so now, where was I? Okay, so let's spray the face. Okay. I do not like the sprayer on this. It's like, as you can see, it left splotches all over my face. So not a fan of the spray nozzle on this. So let me just kind of help this out a bit. It does smell a little bit alcohol-y smelling as well. And it lifted product from under my eye because I just did that. So I am going to have to fix that with some concealer. So yeah, no, nope, not happy about that. I'm going in with the ColourPop F5, and we're just going to kind of do a combination of the two. We're going to start with the Be My Highlight in the Pure Nude highlighter. It is difficult to open. That's because it's taped. And that's what it looks like. So let's just go into that. Ooh. That is very powdery. Okay, there we go. So there is the highlighter. It looks kind of pink because where it mixed with that other blush lighter color. Alright. As if we don't have enough highlight on already, let's go into the Xmas highlighter that came in my advent calendar. We're just going to go on top of that other highlighter. Alright, so the highlighters are kind of subtle for me. let me fix this concealer situation that got pulled up, and then we will set the face with some powder, and then we'll finish the eyes. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I have two powder options here. So I have the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact. This is really good for like when you're out and you need to kind of control and pat down the oils of your face. But you gotta go light-handed with it. So this works really well for that. But I'm not gonna use this today. I'm actually gonna use their 16-hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. But I'm gonna use it as my setting powder. I'm just gonna go light-handed in there. And this is the shade Classic Vanilla. And you do get a little puff and a mirror in here. I'm not going to use the puff though. I'm just going to go in with a big fluffy brush. So I'm going to go in with the ColourPop F1. I'm just tapping that in with the brush. I will say I do not like this foundation. It comes off very easily. It keeps lifting in certain areas, like here, right in here. And then I had some areas up here that I had to fix earlier. But I keep having to fix and reapply anytime I touch this foundation. Alright guys, I'm going to try and continue with this video as best I can. But as you can see here, after I use that setting spray, I'm breaking out. It's causing a rash on me. So I had to run to the bathroom and try to quickly clean it off as best I could. So I'm gonna try and finish this video up. So I'm gonna go into the eyes with this long-lasting eye pencil in Tutu Turquoise. And I'm gonna put that in the waterline. So now I'm gonna go under that lash line, and I wanna go in with, this dark brown. And I'm just gonna take this angled brush from Essence, and I'm just gonna press that in the lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with that angled brush that we went in the blue with, and I'm gonna go back in to that blue, very light-handed. Actually, no, I want to go into this lighter blue here. And I'm just gonna go underneath that brown. Now I want to take my finger and I want to go into this kind of light shimmer here. And I want to just put some right here in my inner corner. And then I want to put some along the brow bone. I'm going to curl my lashes, and then we're going to apply mascara. And if you follow makeup, you guys know that Essence is kind of known for their mascaras. I have several to choose from. Let's see here. pull all of them out that I have. Alright, so I have 4 to choose from. Sorry, 5 to choose from. So we have 3 of the Lash Princesses. We have a volume, we have curl in volume, and then we have the false lash effect. I will say the volume and the curl in volume, not really my favorite, but the false lash effect is the best one of their mascaras I have ever tried. Then I also have I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara, which this I think is new. And then Lash Like a Boss, Lash Like a Boss, Instant Volume and Length. And this one is new. This one might not be new, but I don't remember. But this one is new. So I think I'm going to try the Lash Like a Boss to see how I like it. Let me curl my lashes first. Alright, so this one has a fluffy curled wand. Alright, so there's mascara on one. Don't really see any lift on it. It's very black. But I still, like right now, first impression, I still like the false lash effect better. I do like the kind of like flare that's getting on this eye. I'm gonna go in and add a coat of the I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara on top of that one. Alright, this one has more of a kind of like silicone-y type wand. That one's doing a better job at separating the lashes. Okay, so they're not bad. I've certainly used worse because my lashes are not the greatest, so it's decent. Alright, so let's get into lips. Oops, dropped my mirror. Alright, so I have 7 of their lip liners, but I'm going to say right now these berry and red tone ones I'm not going to use, so I'm going to pull them out because they're not going to go with the lipstick. So the lip products that I have as far as the lipsticks go, I have 2 of the 8-Hour Matte Liquid Lipsticks in Date Proof and Duck Face. Those 2 options. And then I have a sheer lipstick in, it's kind of like a rosy nude color. And then I have the pH Reacting Glitter Lip Gloss, which is kind of cool. So we might try that out. Won't exactly go with the eyes though, so we might not. So let's see. Let's try this combo. We'll see how well it goes. We're going to use the lip liner in Just Perfect and the liquid lip in Date Proof. Okay, that's a nice lip liner. Very creamy and easy to use. Alright, I think I might have a new favorite brand of lip liner. Those are really nice. Alright. So, what I want to do first, I want to go in with this sheer lipstick first. Let's put a little bit down. Has a bit of a waxy smell to it. Alright, now I want to go in with that matte liquid lip. Oh my, that doesn't match the packaging. Alright, so that is date proof. Super pretty. So I still have some unused products from this collection, like these little eyeliners. I'm not great at winged eyeliner, so I don't really even try, but I typically will use this kind of along my lash line and in my inner corner when I wear lashes. They didn't have any lashes that I saw on their website, so unfortunately I couldn't pick any of those up. If you want some really good price, decent lashes, Shop Miss A has some good ones, and the Ione brand you can find at Big Lots is pretty good. I've never tried Kiss lashes, but I hear that they're pretty good and affordable. So this, I think, is going to be the finished look. Let me double check and make sure there is nothing else that I can use. Okay, yeah, no. So yeah, this is the finished look. This is kind of a bold lip with this kind of vampy eye, but it's pretty. Yeah, I'm not going to use that setting spray again because, as you guys saw, it started breaking me out in a rash. So yeah, I do not want to spray that again. But yeah, all in all, I found some things that I liked and some things that I really didn't like. The foundation is starting to look better, but I think that's because I bronzed it up and it kind of all came together. But like I said, it does lift in places. So just be mindful of that. And the concealer is okay. It's not bad, but it's not as much coverage as I like for me. These lipsticks, they feel kind of dry on my lip, and I like liquid lipsticks, but I like ones that feel comfortable. This one is teetering on dry, but not so bad that it would drive me crazy, because I've tried ones that have been so bad it just feels like it sucks the moisture out of your lips. But yeah, this is the finished look. I'm not really going anywhere today, so I don't think I'm going to bother with fixing my hair or anything, but this is a full face of Essence makeup. I think it turned out pretty. Let me know what you guys think down below of how this turned out, and what are your favorite products from Essence. Let me know if there are any other brands that you want me to try. I do have a video already up on my channel of a full face of using Dollar Tree makeup. I can always do that again. It's been a while since I've done it. I am already getting supplies for a full face of makeup from Shop Miss A if you guys are interested in seeing that. But yeah, let me know if there are any other brands you want to see. If you would, please like and subscribe down below. Really helps my channel, and I would appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Bye! Now we're going to go in with the Redness one, and it's also in a squirt tube. Just gonna... Oof! Whoops. Okay, be very careful with that. I just like squirted all over the place. Okay.